Hey guys, Analog Man here for another late night deck profile, and I'm actually very happy and excited to finally bring you guys the new Crossheart deck. For many who have been playing in the Digimon TCG, there have been a lot of rumors about this deck. People dreading this deck coming out because for anybody that follows the OCG meta. This deck was essentially people saying it was like a tier 0 deck, which is very rare in Digimon. The last time we got a deck that like dominant was Lord Nightmon. It wasn't really like fully tier 0 because we had other decks around, but with how Crossheart came out in the OCG, it basically became like almost the only deck that was around and the only one that was topping like consistently and all the time. And we finally have it in the in the TCG, and now people are going with this deck. And I mean, I just wanted to put out a deck profile, as a template. This is my very, very, very rough cut, so there will be changes in the future depending on what my locals is like. But so far in testing, the deck is really fast. You can just it's essentially, honestly, the best way to describe this deck would be is that it's like Rookie Rush, but with extra steps, because you're constantly evolving your rookies here and just swinging, and then at the same time you're playing Tamers to search and just keep like cycling your deck over and over and over until you get all the pieces. And then once you do, you just like you basically go Shoutmon Cross 4 for 1 cost and just keep swinging, and then it dies. Then you play another one, and then you keep doing that over and over. That's basically what the deck is. It's just cross 4 spam basically, and then to finish it off, or if you can't finish it off, you just evolve into like cross 5 or something, and that's it. It's really crazy how fast this deck is. It's not as fast as like say a red deck, like say Jessmon or Galmon or something, because those that ramp up by like turn 2. Uh, Crossheart, I noticed, it feels honestly the best way to describe it as well, aside from Rookie Rush, it feels like Yellow Hybrid, where you have to play Tamers to kind of set things up and, kind of give you extra pluses off of things. That's like the best way to describe it. When they get hidden security, Tamers always go off, so then you can kind of do certain things on your opponent's turn. So there is like counters on their turn in some capacity, like maybe hitting the green tamer and then being able to play a Ballistamon to turn into a blocker that can save you, basically. So it's stuff like that. But anyway, let's get into the deck so you guys can see. So first off, for the eggs, we're running 4 of the new Yellow Egg Pikmon. This guy's really busted. Honestly, in this deck, it's really broken. When attacking, if this Digimon has Crossheart in its trait, you draw 1. So everything in this deck is Crossheart. So you're guaranteed to get a draw no matter what. So it's basically Guilmon, but specific to this deck, which is insane. Like honestly, like the stuff that they gave Crossheart is insane, but it's more the fact that this is a main character deck basically, because the main character in Cross Wars, Taiki, is like he gets everything basically. He's super broken even in anime, and in the card game he is also super broken, it looks like, so yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, we run 4 for consistency because despite what people say, I like consistency, and I mean, I would add another egg, but I feel like that would kind of mess up things, so having that for now as my rough draft. For level 3s, we run 12. We run 4 of the new Shoutmon. So this new Shoutmon, just letting you know, almost every single Crossheart has an alternative evolution that lets it evolve on top of a Crossheart card, for basically an alternate thing. So basically, this deck also ignores colors. So basically, you can evolve a green on top of a red, like Ballistamon on top, or Dorlumon on top of Shoutmon. So it's kind of like that. It's really weird, but basically, you can think of it as kind of like sealed format, but with Crossheart, basically. But yeah, this Shoutmon does the same as a lot of the other Shoutmons from the previous sets. It on play, it searches stuff, except instead of just searching something with Shoutmon and Blitz, now it's searching for specifically a Digimon card and a Tamer card, both with Crossheart in their traits, to your hand. Then you just, bottom that. And of course, every Crossheart card in this deck has the ability of save. So when it dies, it basically equips stuff underneath one of your tamers. That's basically the whole point of the new save mechanic, is that you can tuck materials underneath your tamers to be used for later. That's basically how the mechanic works in this deck and in Blue Flare, and yeah, and basically just those two decks at the moment. Shoutmon's inherited effect is also really broken. On your turn, any Digimon with this guy underneath it gains Rush, so your cross 4 will always be guaranteed to Rush for damage, so really powerful. Then for the second level 4, we run 4 of the new Starmon. As I mentioned, he can also evolve on top of any color egg, and then on deletion, he does save. And his inherit isn't really as good. It is really decent though. This Digimon has Shoutmon in its name, draw 1. So you basically it doubles as a Pickmon essentially, but underneath your cross 4. So really nice. And of course, it's only a 3 cost. So if you really have to, you can play it. And yeah. Then we have 4 of the new Sparrowmon. Sparrowmon's really cool because it's also part of Dark Knightmon's deck in some weird way, but not really. All turns, while you have another Digimon or Tamer with Crossfire or Twilight, this guy gains plus 3,000, so it becomes a 5,000 swing level 3. It can also Digivolve on top of any Cross-Hard egg, and on deletion, it saves, so basically this guy is specifically there just for Cross 5. And yeah, that's basically all the level 3s we run. We run exactly 12, so it's, the standard number, so you consistently at least see them, enough. So yeah, let's get into the level 4s. We run a bit. I think we run about 12, maybe more. But yeah, we run 4 of the new Dorlumon. On play, he does do minus 3,000, but only if you have a Tamer. And then on deletion, save. And then your turn, while this Digimon has Shoutmon, when it swings in when attacking, all of their security Digimon get minus 2,000. So most of the time, Cross 4 will be able to get over anything that is less than 8,000. So really nice. Then we run 4 of the new Ballistamon. Also can have it also has alternate evolutions on top of Crossheart eggs. And then opponent's turn, while you have another Digimon or Tamer with Crossheart, he's a blocker. And then of course, save ability. But his inherent ability, basically when you have a Digimon with Shoutmon in its name, it gains piercing. So if you equip all the proper materials onto Cross 4, he has piercing, he gets to draw 1, he gets to reduce security by 2,000, and he has rush, so really powerful. Then let's actually get into Cross 4. We run 4 copies of this guy because he is basically our main hitter of the deck. This guy's really busted. If you equip all the materials on him, he'll go from a 9 cost to a 1 cost, which is why a lot of those new rookies that specifically say cannot reduce costs cripple this guy, which is hilarious because a rookie can cripple a level 4 like that so badly. But yeah, anyway, so when he dies, he gets material save 2, basically. But the cool thing is that on play, he does draw 2 cards. So you can essentially play one and then set up for a new one right afterwards. And then at the end of the attack, by placing all of his sources, you can basically untap the Tamer that you just used to use the material, basically Taiki or Zenjiro or Akari. So you basically get to just reuse that again for this guy, so really powerful. And yeah, the Digicross requirement here, basically for each material, it is specified Shoutmon, Ballistamon, Dorlumon, and Starsmon. You basically get -2 for each one of them. So if you get all of them, you can reduce this down to 1, as I said. But the thing is that if you can only get maybe 3 of them, instead it'll be like, basically it's the concept of do as much as you can. So for how many, that's how much you'll reduce, but you don't always have to only get those materials, and specifically only those materials, to basically get the reduction. You can just reduce it maybe by like 4, so then it becomes a 5 or something like that. It's just do as much as you can, so it's really cool. That's all the level 4s we run in the deck. So we run exactly 12 as well. And yeah, it's a really solid number because you have all the materials and you have enough cross 4s to last you the game. For level 5s, we don't really run that much. We run Shoutmon Cross 5 because Cross 5 has security +1. He's a blocker and he has material save 3, but he does require Sparrowmon, so it's not always that great, but he is much bigger, so it is nice to have at least 2 copies of him. We don't run any level 6s because we honestly don't really need to. But we do run level 7s. We run 2 Def X's because, board control. because DefX is still really powerful in the format, so you want to have him in your deck. This deck basically functions like a mix of Rookie Rush, Yellow Hybrid, and Security Control. So it's like basically everything I've played so far on this channel in some capacity. So yeah, that's all for the Digimon. The rest are options and tamers. For options, we don't really run too much, but there are a lot of tamers. This deck is all based around them, so let's get into it. So first, we run 3 Sunrise Busters. Sunrise Buster is really good, but the problem is that you still require the yellow and red source. Originally, I had this at 4, but I dropped it down to 3 because I just kept seeing it and I just couldn't use it. So I kind of dropped it down by 1 just to see how it would work, and it's been working much better like this. So I'm keeping it at 3. Then we run 2 Pyrospheres or Fireball because we need the draws to get our materials. And of course, if you can kill the rookie, that's also really nice. Then we run 1 Crimson Blaze just to stop Blue Flare and other decks from basically playing their stuff out from effects. So really crucial to have at least 1 copy of this. And yeah, we only run 6 options, but these options are really crucial sometimes. So you want to have them at least at this ratio. Then the rest are tamers. We run 4 of the new Taiki Kudo. For those that don't know what it does, on play it reveals the top 4, and then you add 1 card with Crossheart and its traits among them to your hand, and then you place 1 Digimon card with Crossheart among them underneath a tamer, most likely this guy. And then your turn, when you would play 1 Digimon card with Digi-Cross requirements, by tapping him, you can use materials from underneath him to make that guy, basically. And he stores them underneath, which is really cool. Then we have 4 of Akari. Cool thing is that on play, you can play a Dorlumon, and then you can do the -3000, and then you can immediately tap her to basically gain to basically draw another card. I didn't know that the effect was immediate. I thought it would be afterwards, like kind of like how other tamers work, but apparently her effect activates immediately once you play the Dorlumon because it's resolving its effect. So she has to suspend to basically finish that effect, which is really cool. I did not know that. Thanks to watching some few matches, I figured out how this worked. So she is really powerful, but you do have to have Dorlumon for that, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Same with Zenjiro. Zenjiro is basically the Akari, but for Ballistamon. And the cool thing is that he can play Ballistamon from underneath any tamer, not just from your hand. So you can play it from hand or underneath, like let's say Taiki. So that's really crucial in certain situations because you can basically set up a blocker if this is hidden security. So really cool. Then we run 2 ties, of course. The old tie, the classic one. This one does set your memory, and the fact that both your heavy hitters they both are red. This is giving an extra security check, so you're basically swinging twice for 8,000 and then twice for 10,000, which is really powerful. And then our last 2 cards of the deck is a Tai and Kari because there are moments where they will be checking your security more, and having an extra memory could help. And the fact is that all of your not your main hitter is red and yellow, so basically it will trigger the secondary effect of minusing 2,000 in security. So basically by that point you're doing -4,000 to their security Digimon, and this thing being 8,000 can swing over that, which is really nice. But yeah, we run exactly, let's see, 8, 12, 14, 15, and 16 technically. We run 16 tamers. I know that this might be a bit much, but for any that have played Yellow Hybrid, this is actually not too bad. Like, this is only slightly above average, but the deck is still really solid even with 16 tamers. The fact that the deck runs so smooth even with this amount is crazy. But yeah, I wanted to put out this rough draft for everybody to kind of see how the deck looks, how it would function. It's basically like, I honestly really like it because it's basically like security control, but just it also has a rookie rush aspect. And those were my 2 best decks back in the day. So I do like this deck more than the other ones that have come out. Like Blue Flare is good, but I do plan to build Blue Flare as well, but it's a rush deck, so I love rush decks. So it's just, I'm going to build it regardless. But I do like this a little bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.